This is LightCast Entertainment. We bring you details of news in politics, entertainment, everything buzzing in the Nigerian entertainment industry, and many more. Do wait to subscribe to get updates with happenings in Nigerian entertainment scene as well as politics. Many thanks. Hello and welcome to What's Trending on LightCast Entertainment. So on Tuesday, August 4th, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, had an interview with selected journalists at Abuja, and Nyesom Wike spoke about different things from the crisis in Rivers State, the state of the nation, to Cardinal John Onyekon's recent interview on Rise TV when he criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding the state of the nation, and Tinubu rejecting the concern that the nation is bleeding and Nigerians are suffering. The first one, he talked about the People's Democratic chieftain, Bode George, that Bode George is the grandfather of corruption. According to him, Bode George has been living on Rivers State money. And people are like, okay, no, Bode George, of course, and Nyesom Wike have been at loggerhead, especially concerning the crisis within the People's Democratic Party. According to him, Bode George, everything Bode George had acquired in the Federal Capital Territory is linked to Rivers State money. More reason, he has been supporting Fubara concerning the crisis in Rivers State. He also moved on to talk about the houses he also owned in Rivers State and in Lagos, saying that Bode George had never won any election. All he knows about is talking about court, judicial happenings, even while he's at fault. Let's get to read some of the things he said about Bode George. You don't stay in one place and start saying things that is not correct. Anytime he loses, he will call the judiciary corrupt. Meanwhile, he's the grandfather of corruption. Even the houses he's staying in my time at Abuja is Rivers State money. I say so. Let him come out and prove I'm wrong. Wike challenged Bode George. Okay, so moving on is the story of Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, who is not going to contest in the 2027 election. It's obvious that Fubara has lost in the fight with his political father, Nyesom Wike. Even with all the people that encouraged Fubara, even during the crisis, Fubara is the biggest loser in the crisis that happened in Rivers State. So Wike also during the interview spoke about how many people influenced Fubara to insult him, and now Fubara is the biggest loser. According to him, Fubara decided to ignore his political structure. That's one of the reasons that he told him not to do that, because losing a political structure means that nothing can make you a governor. So according to him, irrespective of what happened between him and Fubara, he still loves him and he has welcomed him to the Rainbow Coalition, and he's ready, has expressed readiness to support anyone that Wike chooses to become the next governor of Rivers State. So let's get your reaction on what actually happened between Fubara and Nyesom Wike. Is he actually the biggest loser in the fight in Rivers State? Now, saying the story, Wike also insulted the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi. He recalled how Rotimi Amechi attacked the former President, Goodluck Jonathan. He recalled that during the 2015 presidential election, Rotimi Amechi worked against Goodluck Jonathan. He kicked Goodluck Jonathan out during a live interview, and now he's seeking the Rivers State and South in particular to vote for the ADC in the 2027 election, and insisting that nobody in Rivers State should vote for ADC in the forthcoming election. Now, to round up the program, the Arewa president has insisted that no Northerners will vote for the Nigerian Democratic Congress presidential candidate, that is the person of Peter Obi, because Peter Obi did not consult Northerners before launching his presidential campaign or coming out to say that he wants to contest in 2027 election. What is your opinion on this? Will people actually vote for Peter Obi in the forthcoming election? Do you see Peter Obi even winning any northern states apart from the eastern? So let's get to see the video.
Peter Obi should count northern Nigeria out of his campaign zone. No single state in northern Nigeria will vote Peter Obi for 2027 presidential election. The reason is this: Peter Obi did not consult us before coming out to campaign or coming out to contest for president in 2027. And Peter Obi did not inform us about his presidential campaign for 2027. So, you can never be president in Nigeria without the support of northern Nigerian youth. So we have no any agreement with Peter Obi. And it is, Peter Obi should know, the northern Nigerian will vote for a presidential candidate who supports President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. And the northern Nigerian will vote a presidential candidate who supports the northern Nigerian in 2015. As it is, we have no any agreement with him and we are not going to support him. And any single state that voted for Peter Obi, we are going to sack and replace the state coordinator. Thank you very much. And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for increasing the salary of the armed forces. As it is today, the northern Nigerian youth are smiling because the majority of the military today are northern Nigeria. We are the ones smiling. We appreciate Mr. President for doing that. Thank you very much, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for the salary increasement. Thank you.